Vice President. So Felicia Salazar,
Second.
Trinette Zarin here, Esther Colon here. Madeline Santana,
Present.
Suzanne Chapani,
Absent.
Lee Ailman.
Here.
Liz Turner,
Present.
Charles James,
Here.
Elsa Ruz,
Those.
Veus, Hermania Ibarra, Herminia Ibarra,
Absent.
Carla Acosta, and Ruth Quiero is, okay, so Ruth is no longer with us. We have one. Quorum's been established.
She's a part of the roster.
No, she's never in there.
Public comments?
No,
I-
you guys asked the council.
Hi, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm Marietta Mont. Nice to meet you, Marietta Mont.
I'm Madeline Santana. Welcome. We have public comments from Vivian Levy or Levy? Levy from the Special Needs Advisory Board.
Hi, everyone. I'll be quick because I want to get into it. Okay, so, basically, we've been, for many months, we've been talking about introducing, a sensory space at our big events. So you guys have the 4th of July event coming up, and we wanted to hopefully debut our sensory room at the Mary Collins for that event. So we wanted to bring that up.
So
it will be inside
the American.
Yes. Inside, we would have several items that we would purchase. Here's so we can pass them around.
4th of July.
Over July.
So this would be for, families that have children or adults with special needs that, they can't, they might get overstimulated with like the fireworks or the loud music, and it's a place where they could go and relax. And, we also wanted to present to you guys, this little, logo that says sensory inclusive, so you could use it in all of the promoting of the event. Whatever flyer that you guys have, or any, advertising you do on social media, it could say, sensory inclusive. So this would, let all the families, all the special needs families know that this event is for them also. I have a son with autism. So, thankfully he loves loud music. And he likes, and he likes the fireworks. But sometimes he gets a little bit overwhelmed if there's too many people around. So, this is a great place to go and relax a little bit, Yeah, take a nice break. We're also gonna be providing a noise canceling, headgear and, for anybody who needs them. So we hope you guys like this idea and we can use your event to debut this program that we want to use like at all major events to make it more inclusive.
Okay, and you have funds for this already?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, we're not asking for
For any money? No,
No, we wanted to know.
Yeah, we would
Just
just
to
include this in the flyer.
Include
Yes, yes,
in the flyer and get it.
Yeah. yeah, and, word of mouth and, hopefully this is something that, all the other events can adopt and make them all more inclusive, make all families feel more welcome.
I like this awareness, and even at school settings, when we have pep rallies. And the PTA comes out and they want to start off a new sales of something and the noise and I've seen my own students just cringe. As they're sitting there in, huge groups. So very, very needed.
Yeah, it really is. And it's all within our mission in the Special Needs Advisory Board, which is to make the town of Miami Lakes a model town for inclusion. But we want to try and make everyone's events more inclusive, more inviting, to families that sometimes are a little bit hesitant Should I take, my family members, we go to this event, are they gonna freak out? Are they gonna have a meltdown? Are we gonna have a place to go? And we wanna provide that place.
And your committee members will be manning this area.
So Vivian,
Yes.
you're saying you're gonna participate in every special event you come.
Not every event, but like major events such as 4th of July, Halloween, where there's a lot of people, there's a lot of like loud.
So you would let us
music.
know, so we can include it in those events that you're gonna participate in.
Right, well, right now, we wanna debut the program at your event, at the
No,
4th
I
of July.
understand that. I'm just saying,
Moving forward,
yeah, you'll let
Yes.
us know.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll let
which
all the
ones-
committees. know.
Yes, correctly, which
Got it.
ones we're gonna be participating, obviously, we can't be at every single.
Right, that's what
event,
I'm asking.
It's impossible, but the major ones, and obviously 4th of July is like, if not the most.
Center.
Right.
And we're
right.
still on hold for 4th of July because we're not funded. Just to let you know.
Okay, yeah, I watched the meeting. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank
you.
you.
Any other public comments?
We saw it to you all.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay, yeah.
My name's Marietta Mont. I live in the town and I have a business in the town. So I am, asking to be part of your committee. I'm sitting in on the first one.
Oh, nice.
How do you spell your last name?
Mont, M-O-N-T.
Marietta?
Yes, thank you for starting your rights. Appreciate that.
And moving on to deferrals, additions and deletions, do we have any?
I wanted to propose to move the budget, further up, because we're gonna take a while, and it's the numbers. And some, maybe we can't even get to the other events, because we're not funding for the other events. So we should discuss the budget first. New business?
Sorry, let's be clear which budget, you have two budgets in here.
Right, to discuss it when, Esther's gonna be talking about, treasury.
Yeah, well, oh, so the workshop.
Yeah, to move, workshop budget up to where the treasury report is.
New business.
Yes, I would like to make that motion.
I'll second.
In favor?
But the paint the picture from what I started, now we have to cover that.
Yeah, but we should talk about we're still gonna cover it, but just if we could do the budget first, then we can set that up.
Okay.
Because I think that would probably be longer.
And I'd like to move up, I'd like to speak specifically about the July 4th budget, still has not been approved.
But we're gonna talk about the treasurer and the budget first.
Yeah, but that's next year's budget and about this year's budget. Still not approved.
This year's budget is treasurer's report.
6-8 is this year's.
Right. All in favor? Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
I'd like to make an addition for to discuss attendance briefly, and also to discuss Pride event briefly. You want to take them separately?
That's your motion, Susan? Any second? All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Hearing none, we're adding pride in attendance to an item. I guess after what?
At the end, because
end
we
of the-
gotta do the
okay.
events that are coming up,
Gotcha. New business seat.
What was her motion? Where do you want to add it, Susan?
you know?
Say new business? It will be new
It would
business.
have to
New
be
business.
business. Thank you.
Because she has the right to say what she wants.
Workshop, the budget's gonna be up, so it's calendar events and then pride and attendance.
Any more deferrals, additions or deletions? Okay, moving on to review and approval of the minutes. Did we get a chance to review them?
to make a few corrections that we have.
Yeah, these are the April ones.
You know, we should start adding numbers with numbers instead of sentences, like, should be like since 17. So that is, I don't think, so we should spell that. I'm just giving the English teacher version. I can't teach it.
A minutes are right.
Will be all
That's the way. Indeed, that's the way we normally do it.
No, I'm reading my name. I'm just laughing. Just a reminder how to spell my name. Madelin, no E at the end. Madeline. Which it doesn't matter to me when it's Madeline, but the E in mad did line will help.
She would be mad in. Have you read that something?
In the public orders are mad thinking, so. It's always. I know it's automatically changed. Did Felicia say that she was coming?
She said she's coming in.
She was coming in a little later, because I am a little bit concerned if we're gonna be discussing the budget. You know, she's the chairman of the committee. I think she needs to be involved with that discussion of the budget.
But unfortunately, the committee, it's not up to the chair, it's up to the committee. And if the committee wants to move the items, we have to respect that vote. It is up to the body, not up to any
Yeah,
individual.
but if she has to respond to the council.
I can
Yeah,
do it in
so
the place of
well,
that
you guys
today.
can do it, because I understand that you don't want any one item taking too much of your meeting. If you feel like something is really taking a long time, the suggestion from staff would be to call a special call or a subcommittee for certain specific items that may take too long. That would be the best thing to do.
Good idea. Like, for example, the budget subcommittee. If that.
At that point, it would be a
But it's a
special
special
call,
call.
because we need a vote by the end of the month. Yeah. So that's something to think about.
Somebody has to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
And second,
Any discussion? We'll vote on favor? Any nays? Hearing none, the minutes are approved.
okay, we're moving on to old business, treasury report. Esther?
Those were the April 12th minutes. How about the April 25th minutes?
They're on, just before the budget.
I know, but you only approved the April 12th minutes.
Oh, the subcommittee.
Are you not approving the April 25th minutes? Let's not keep on deferring minutes. The subcommittee meeting, whoever was on that, paint the
Okay.
picture.
That's a subcommittee.
Okay,
Okay, I
motion
make the
for
motion
April
to
12th.
also
Yeah.
approve the Wednesday,
subcommittee.
April 25th sub.
Second meeting. And Charles said.
Discussion? Votes on favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Esther.
You're welcome.
Old business treasury report, Esther?
I want to bring it to the attention, and I don't know what the status is, you know, the commission still, the town has still not approved the funding for the July 4th. I don't know if you know, the Miami Springs canceled their 4th of July event.
Right.
So we still don't have funding for 4th of July. In addition to, I believe that one of these flyers, it was mentioned that our money has to come from miscellaneous. However, we're in the negative in miscellaneous, so therefore we have no money to do these flyers. So we have no funding for that either. And recommendations that we made on moving money, the council, you were at the meeting, they chose not to move anything until we find out where we have a surplus. So right now, we don't have money to move forward with these, what did you call those things? in the
The
email.
rec card,
We don't have money to approve the rec card, and we don't have money to go, move forward with any July 4th.
Sorry.
Oh,
so, if I could provide some context.
yes, thank you.
I sat down with our budget officer today, and that's the handout that I'm giving to you all. We worked on some staff suggestions for you guys on how you can come up with the money. Referencing what Esther was just mentioning regarding 4th of July. I'll remind you that about 2 or 3 months ago, you guys went to council. Initially, before looking at last year's expenses, you guys went to council and requested to move certain funds out of 4th of July to cover certain deficits. Council said, no, you can go ahead and touch every other line item before you touch 4th of July. So that's really the direction that 4th of July should not, that budget needs to be reserved for 4th of July is what they are directing the committee to do. And then you do have 3 deficits and those deficits need to be covered. I think you guys may recall that we've been at deficits for the last few months now. The committee needs to bring their account up to status. In other words, nothing should be at a deficit when we leave today. The committee needs to make a decision as to where they're gonna move funds from to bring everything to balance. If we need you guys to do this before you start charging anything additional and anything extra to your committee, budget. So we went ahead and went through everything, every item to see how you can come up to your total. So you guys can review. We tried to be as specific as possible as to where they're coming from. If you have any questions, let me know, but this would be a way where you would correct those deficits without touching 4th of July.
So I'd like to make a motion, to move on the staff, recommendations. So the first one would be, to move $88.73 from Black History Month to, Concert on the Fairway. The second one would be $30.42 from the book reading to Concert on the Fairway. Move $3.15 from concert to Concert on the Fairway. Move 2,000. This is where I'm a little bit stuck, but
Yeah.
this move 2,225 from Women of Distinguished. Where do you see that? I don't see that much money there.
No.
So I made a comment down below that, that says that once the credit card statement charges hit that account, the amount available will be updated from 2,106 to 2,025.
So that means you know what the charges are on the statement. They just haven't hit.
They just haven't been posted.
Oh, they haven't been posted. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
then,
I reconciled the card. just
okay,
with-
so then I make a motion to move $2,106.
Right.
From women to Concert on the
No, it's not
No.
2,100.
$2,025.52 from women to Concert on the Fairway. And then the 1,000 from Juneteenth to Concert on the Fairway. So that will cover the deficits. Right,
Concert on the Fairway.
on the Concert on the Fairway. Then, we're gonna move to 20.
Are you doing all the whole
This
motion?
is her motion.
This is the
like
first
what
motion to
they-
do the Concert on the
The same
Fairway.
thing as.
Yeah, the first,
Right.
well, except, yeah. So I have it there purposely because she can read
Right.
right from the
she
paper.
has-
I got it. I'm good.
So I make that motion. Is there a second?
I second it.
Discussion? Okay, my question is, adopting these recommendations, all we're doing is covering the 2 deficits, right? For the 2.
No, you're covering 1, 2,
One,
3,
two,
4.
Oh, 3 deficits, okay.
No, you're,
Four,
it's
four,
3
four.
deficits. It's Concert on the Fairway?
The 3
No,
dollars.
then, okay, sorry to confuse you guys.
No,
The
no, we're
budget,
doing the first one first. This
Right,
up
the
here.
top portion, to correct the 3,100.
yeah, but they're asking because of the budget. I see where people are, getting confused. The Black Cultural Affairs line item has already been corrected at a previous time. It just hasn't been posted. So that's pretty much, cleared now. the Black-
That's the balance of 88.73 is left.
It's actually gonna be, no, we're clearing it out. You'll see that the 88.73, is what's left over
What's
after.
left.
That's why I'm saying, I made a motion to do the Concert on the Fairway.
Mhm.
And there was
And
a
I
second.
second, second. We're discussing.
I'm sorry, I also did that, because I know you.
Well, that's only the first Concert on the Fairway.
The first one,
Yes, yes.
there's a deficit of $3,147.82.
So I like to do them in steps, so we're clear on what we're doing.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, we're gonna vote all in favor.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
The second item is to fund What's Your Love Story. So move 225 from concert to love. And then the second, I'm gonna include in that the $303 for miscellaneous expense to cover I believe the t-shirts. Move 303 from concert to miscellaneous.
Any second
I second.
discussion? No discussion, we're gonna vote on favor, any nays? Hearing none, motion passes.
So what this does, it clears all the negatives that the council say we needed to address before we move on to the 23-24 budget.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so everybody happy with that? You happy with that, Al? Done?
That's fine.
I have a
But
question.
that was your
Worked on it.
motion.
The
Thank you for
budget
working on
for
it.
the 4th of July is still correct?
Right.
Yeah, so it would still remain at 11,000, which is what you were originally given at the beginning of this.
Right, however, we did, at the last meeting, we requested an additional,
Yes, the cultural affairs was due to go to report to council yesterday. And in the report to council, you guys requested that Felicia go ahead and request $15,000 additional to add to your budget, and that did not pass yesterday.
right, so the problem is, how are we gonna have a 4th of July when Zambrano is gonna eat most of that $11,000, because we have an outline of what the cost is for the stage, right?
Yes,
So
so
if they didn't approve it, how do they intend for this committee to have a 4th of July? We don't have money for stage, but you can.
you guys do not have to, and I'm sorry.
Because
that
we
I-
never pay for the
So
fireworks.
let us know.
No, you're not
No.
paying for the fireworks. This year, you will not be paying for fireworks. What the expenses were are the ones that I shared last meeting. That's what comes out of the committee's budget.
We didn't.
Now, with that, it's stage permits, which are like the two highest expenses. And that's that's where you would need an extra 15 just to cover that.
Do we have to go with those companies?
Exactly. You do not have to go with that company. That's just the one we've done historically, so I prepared the quote in advance. The committee is welcome to go ahead and use another vendor, another stage. I reached out
It's
to,
expensive.
yeah, it is. It
No
is
matter
an
where you go.
expensive stage.
And we're in May.
So you guys can downsize the event. You do not have to keep it at that level. But the direction from council is that the 4th of July event needs to be put on with this $11,000. Plus sponsorship.
So instead of a live thing, we might have to do a super duper
A
DJ.
DJ.
A DJ, yeah. That's what
We
I'm
can't
thinking.
afford a stage.
We
the
can't
lights,
live,
and all
we
that
can't
stuff.
afford the live music.
Well, we don't have funding for it.
No, of course. You don't
For
have
us to do that, we need $15,000.
at least.
You can also
Yeah.
move funds from any events that you were planning on doing in
But
the
we don't
future,
have
but
that
that's
much
really
money.
for you guys.
We don't have that much money to
No,
do
we
that.
don't have much.
It's shipping out of
Well, it would bring you would have an additional $400.
Well, the only thing that I can see is doing away with concert on the fairway altogether.
No, concert on the fairway already passed.
The other one, the concert.
What I was saying is that you guys have events that are coming up, and what you could do is go back and reevaluate those expenses that you are anticipating. If you wanted to use those funds for 4th of July instead, but that's really
It's really
for you guys to make.
What's really coming up?
Just-
Concerts is
The
now
paint the picture
34.
Paint a Picture for Mom is already, the cost is already.
Yeah.
Father's Day,
It's not a
Symphony
big
of Americas,
The symphony?
and
How much symphony?
There's
Is
not
that
that much
simply the one
people,
that's
there's not
under
that much
concerts?
left, and you're not gonna come up with not even 5,000. At the end of the day, if you wipe this whole thing out, take away the $11,000, we have 5,816. Okay, that means wiping every event out. You don't even have $3,000. What's $3,000 gonna do for you for 4th of July?
Okay, but it's also without sponsorship money, there's zero right now.
Right, but we don't. have
But
that
we
yet.
don't have to have the stage, we can downsize the stage and other options. Also, concert on, what was that one?
Symphony of
The
America.
Symphony of
Which line?
America.
Which line is that?
that's
That's- yes.
CON.
Symphony of America right now has a balance of 34, 84, 85, correct?
No, so sorry,
It
but
says it here.
concert on the fairway is the one that already passed.
That's
Right,
a
no,
zero.
no, concert, symphony.
That one is CON, that would fall under
Right,
CON.
and that one is 34, 84, 85 right now
That was what happened that's the approximate cost based off of last.
of last year. Oh, because you said here, this will reduce
Oh,
the
yeah.
available budget.
Once, okay, because now you guys made those motions, so now
Yeah.
yes, you have $3,484 left to put on Symphony of the Americas.
Okay, which we can cancel that when we get 3,400.
if the committee decides to, yeah.
We're not
Yes,
doing
you would be, you
Juneteenth.
could move that money to Fourth of July, but that would be a decision for you guys.
No, we're not, we're without symphony. That's one of our.
Yeah.
That's
I-
the big.
You know, our number one
Juneteenth.
event and we can't get funded for it. That's amazing. That's the number one event for the whole
No.
year.
No, but for this year, we
Usually-
can't get funding for next year, we
usually-
can't, right?
So
Usually,
this is
the-
this year.
yeah, usually the grant company gives us X amount of money for
They
the
do,
4th of
but
July.
that's not
Yeah,
gonna
but
cover
you can't
your.
plan
What,
unless you have.
what are they giving us this year?
About I don't know, this year's sponsorship package, so here's something that I need you guys to keep in mind. I
Uh-huh.
cannot create a sponsorship package until I don't know what the event looks like, because I need to know what we're selling to the sponsor.
Mhm.
So for that reason, I haven't been able to put a sponsorship package together.
But as far as the grants, they used to do like $5,000 or $8,000.
No,
Then they
no,
do
I think
10,
it's about
three,
2,000.
then it can go to 3,
Two.
and then 2.
And they're one sponsor.
That would be
We
one
just
sponsor,
used it
yeah,
to
but I was
move.
just trying to see.
I can
what-
tell you how much,
we did.
I can pull how much,
And that might be coming.
how
down.
much sponsors came in last year, but I
So
can
then
tell you
we
that
should
last
be
year you guys
able to
finished
put
at a
it
deficit.
Yeah, we
It's
did.
just, I don't think the committee has been, carefully going through the expense, because we ended up being at a deficit of
Yeah.
July.
Right?
So I have a
Yeah.
question, let's
Uh-huh.
get something off of the
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
I'd like to make a motion. Are we gonna go ahead with the symphony, yes or no? Because that's one of our key of it.
Yes, it is.
I'm only-
Like you-
Okay, I'm only asking the question because they might, not everybody knows the salsa.
Okay.
So while we might say one thing, somebody might disagree with us.
Well, if we cancel it, how much money will we
The
get?
only thing you're gonna get is $3,485 that is not gonna put a 4th of July.
And how much does the symphony cost? 3,400?
Last year it was about 4,000.
Right,
we're-
so we're
we're-
downsizing, we're downsizing the symphony. No, we're downsizing the symphony.
Well, how are we gonna fund the symphony and the 4th of July?
Okay, we have the $3,485 for the symphony. What I'm saying is, can we decide that we're not gonna cancel it, is what I'd like. I'd like to make sure that we agree, because that is one of our big events that we've
Exactly.
always.
And when is this? It's in August.
It's like that first weekend or second weekend.
It's always held in August, and it's always held at that Hope, Methodist
Methodist
Church.
And what
Yeah.
are the big costs for that? The venue?
The actual,
Musicians?
yeah, the orchestra.
And let me tell you, they don't charge a lot for us, considering, you know, the challenge.
Where they're coming
And
from.
for your information, they had Miramar the night before,
Yes.
it's $50 a head.
What was the attendance like last time we put this on?
That one always
Good.
sold out.
They always sell.
We
stuff.
sold,
Good.
no, but I mean, that's also another alternative. The committee, if the committee chooses to charge entry, you can do that. But as of right now, no, the event has always been free.
We just put a box out there and picked up maybe $100, $150.
Like a donation type.
To offset the refreshments.
Yeah, but you know,
$100
you know,
short.
that really is true, because Miramar does charge for their event.
They have it, the same group played the day before.
Yeah.
They come here for us.
I can tell you that last year, and this is just expense for the orchestra and the church. You guys spent $4,530.
Yeah,
That,
because
nothing else.
We
No-
give
no
something to
refreshment,
the
yeah.
church.
That means we're already short of.
We're already short more than $1,000.
Yeah.
And that's if it keeps the same price, right? Everything has gone up.
So what I'm trying to say is, we're already short $1,100 for the symphony.
Yeah, and we're short for 4th of July.
And well, we haven't even touched that one. So,
Could we charge?
but
the
we
4th of
need to
July?
make decisions.
No,
that's
the
a
4th of
problem.
July, no. That's
But it's open.
No, It's open.
It's open.
No. But we can't get sponsors for the symphony,
So we need $1,100
okay?
in sponsorship.
Right, we could get sponsors for the symphony.
So then I can prepare the package and the committee will have to tap into business partners of the town.
Okay, so is there a motion on the table?
Now, remember, this will come after 4th of July.
Mhm.
So if after 4th of July, you guys don't have the sponsors confirmed, then you're not gonna be able to charge us, and we need to make a check to them well in advance. So that sponsorship dollar, they need to be in before we make that cut. Because then now we can't afford Symphony of America.
Mhm.
I'm trying to say.
We don't have the funds
Could we do it a different time of year?
next year.
They come,
No, we always do it in all.
they do about 10 cities,
Yeah. so we
and
have
they
to
put
go
us
to
in the loop.
I'd like to make a motion to cancel the Symphony, what's it called? Symphony
Of the America.
of the Americas for 2023.
At least you can have a fee.
Second,
I second.
discussion.
Do we have to cancel it this because of time restraints for them or to see? Because of the 4th of July?
No, we don't
Because-
have to. I think they're talking more on a budget perspective is why you're proposing that.
But you know what, you're giving up too easily, too fast. I mean,
Because-
we could go out and obtain some sponsorships for this. This is the Cultural Affairs Committee, and if any is a cultural event, it's a Symphony of the Americas. Why are we canceling this? You know, come on.
My
The
discussion was. Since we haven't worked on the 4th of July to find out how much of a deficit we're gonna have before we cancel the Symphony of America.
Well, Madeline, this is
yeah,
the way I see it, Madeline. Say that we have to 15,000, right?
Mhm.
Hypothetically, we're gonna cut that now to half, 7,500. We're not having a band, we're not having a stage. So we're gonna say, let's cut it down to 50%. We still have to come up with $7,500. However, we still have to come up with $1,100 for the symphony. And remember one thing about the symphony, we have to have that check made out to them ahead of time. So the symphony is
Next
in
month.
August, so by next month, before July 4th, they have to have their proceeds in their hands. So we have to make sure that we can come up with the sponsorship of $1,100, because that check to them has to be given to them before July 4th.
Now, if we spend
Yeah, we
less
need
in
to
the
vote
4th of
the
July,
orders
then we
already.
have money left over.
Well, we're hopefully with, remember, we have no money, we're hopefully.
Well, we have
7,500.
11,000, don't we?
Yeah, but
But
we needed 15.
in my opinion, again, since we still have a June meeting to decide, by June meeting, we have to know exactly what's going on with 4th of July. And how much money, how much sponsorship and all that. Correct?
Yeah.
I think with some of your staff, they're not giving you.
We
any
should be,
extra
at this
funding.
point, we're falling behind.
Yeah.
We're 2 months out.
That's all.
Let's just
And
vote on
decisions need to be
the
made on.
discussion's over. Let's stick with what where the motion is. Not
Can you
talk
repeat them?
about
All right,
what-
so the motion is to cancel Symphony of Americas for 2023. It was seconded by Z, we were discussing. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we're gonna vote. All in favor? What can you explain, because this is a tricky one. What does in favor mean and what does? Oh, in favor of canceling, we're moving to cancel for this year. So you say yes, that means you don't wanna have Symphony of the Americas.
The 22-23.
For 2023. Which we have right now, 3,400, and we're already at a deficit of 1,100 just for the symphony. Any more questions? Discussion? Okay, here now we're gonna vote. All in favor? In favor of canceling? Wait, aye. So 2 in favor, all against?
Nay.
Okay, so. I guess motion.
I'm gonna
fails
say
now.
aye. I'm saying aye because I have a problem with the funding.
So that's
3 in favor of
ayes.
canceling, how many are against? 4 and 5.
Just thinking it over.
Can we, I mean, before we vote, can we ask them if we can move it to a different time?
It's not gonna
They,
make
they
any-
said,
because-
like I said, they do like 10 cities
Exactly.
from like the end of July. I think ours is the last one.
Where are they based? Are they?
They
Florida
come, they
based?
come from Italy, they come from
Oh.
Russia, they come
It's an
from. all over.
international.
You can't move
They
the day.
meet, yeah, they meet in Panama, they meet in Panama in rehearse.
Or
And
can
then
we
from
have
Panama, they
like
come
a
to
different
the-
symphony?
But you know, I have a question. Police, Elsa, you think you can get the sponsorship?
What?
$100?
You can get a sponsorship.
No, I'm asking you.
Yes,
I'm asking you.
yes, no, yes, doesn't matter. I'm even thinking, right, okay,
I'll change it.
right on my head, I'm even thinking, you know? Memorial has always come through for us. And they'll come through for us with this, but this is a culture event. So we could very well go to Memorial, go.
Well, we need to do that, yes.
Okay, but a vote.
Okay,
and
let's
let's
do the
do
vote
the
again,
end.
because I think we-
Okay,
Okay,
discussion.
So all in favor of canceling, say aye. Aye, or 2, all against canceling? 4,
Now we're nays.
Yeah,
Or
nays.
ayes.
This is again.
6, okay, so 6 against canceling and 2 in favor canceling, the motion fails. The motion to cancel the symphony fails, therefore the Symphony of the Americas for 2023 will go forward.
we need to get sponsored.
Right.
Else it's gonna be on the
Correct
phone
the names.
tomorrow with Memorial.
Trinidad.
Nay, no, four.
Or
cancel,
four.
yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure because I heard you say
Now-
I earlier.
So we can keep moving here. Can I make a motion that we just use what we have, the $11,000? Work with just that and not worry about anything else. That's what we have. And maybe it's a DJ and blah, 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 and a couple of other things, and that's it. That's our
For
contribution.
sure, we cannot have the stage. We
And
cannot
not worry
have
about it.
the
That's the
live
money
band.
we were given. That's the
So,
money.
are they giving?
That's my motion.
The DJ.
I second the motion.
Okay.
Hold on a second. So
Wait, what's the
The
motion?
motion is to
for-
just utilize the $11,000 for 4th of July. That's it. That's what we were given. That's what we'll use for the 4th of July, our contribution to
And
the
doing
event.
that motion, because of a limited budget, that we were going with a DJ instead of a live. band.
Well,
We don't have to
agree
say
with
that. Say that yet.
She doesn't have to say that. We have to
gonna-
work out.
Just
what
that
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
do.
use that 11,000.
Right, and then whatever sponsorship
what
we
we
get,
can.
it's extra gravy.
Right, and who seconded the motion?
I did. Then let's-
Discussion?
We're just gonna
Um,
overlay
I feel that there are, I mean, Liz has access to music and students that could probably volunteer to do different things. There are schools in the area, we can touch base with the community directors of activities in the different schools in the different areas. We can even have kids maybe put something on. People love that.
Well, I
Um,
think that.
You
after-
don't think
after-
about it, you're talking about the summer, kids get.
Okay,
And,
well,
and some of the kids that may need community service hours may want to participate for a couple of hours
well,
and
see,
then
that's
leave.
why I think that as soon as we make this motion, we
Great
need to
idea.
make a motion to do the July 4th subcommittee yesterday.
So, any more discussion? We're gonna vote, all in favor? Aye. Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
As part of that motion, can I make that we come up with the subcommittee yesterday?
Esther's
We're really
motion
behind.
to create.
Like now, we would have had this done. Am I right?
I volunteer to be on the subcommittee for 4th of July.
Do we have a second for Esther's motion for?
I second.
The second motion, discussion? We're gonna
I
vote.
agree, and I think we can cut back on the stage or whatever it takes to do it. We can even reach out, it doesn't have to be that big of a stage, I don't remember what it looks like. All of the above, I think even one of the commissioners or one of them can lend us, that traveling stage.
We have a platform that we use for the Hispanic heritage. That they use at.
Does
the-
that need a permit?
That platform is like tiny though. for the-
Well,
Anyways, that's all to be
Yeah.
discussed.
Like 4x6, huh?
Keep on going. That's all to be discussed in
Okay.
subcommittee.
We're gonna vote on having a subcommittee for 4th of July. All in
We-
favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
Sounds great, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Vivian.
Thanks, we have to
Mm.
report, meetings, times and items.
Oh, yeah, we moved up to workshop budget so we can talk about the budget for 2024. So we need to double 4th of July request additional money, and that's what we moved it up.
Well, let me, can I go real quick and tell you, okay, so for 22, the increase in budgets that we have right now is the Black History Month.
Point everybody to where we're looking at, so we can.
Oh, page 22.
Oh, 22,
The color one, yeah.
the color budget.
So this year, this year, our amended budget is 41,154. Remember that some of these numbers don't reflect what we just finished approving.
Yes, amended, but amended budget at the end, the total is the same.
Right, it's 41,154.
And that's what the amended means, the donations you guys received, I believe, from Black History Month and from sponsorship dollars also.
So the first thing I'd like to propose is, if you notice in 21-22, the actuals were 53,324. If you notice the difference right there is like $12,000. So I think please look up to July 4th.
It was cut in half.
It was cut in half.
Okay.
We had 22.
No, that's not your budget. That's actuals or what was spent.
Ah,
I just, okay, for people, it is half.
I think we
11
should
and
adopt
11
what
is
we-
20.
but that includes fireworks, right?
No, that does not.
That does-
Oh, what, it said in the budget comments, fireworks.
Because they should, it's
No.
with fireworks, but we don't pay for them brand all the time.
Okay.
So that 22,574 was the actual of what we paid in 2021 for July 4th.
Is that including in sponsors? Or this?
That
No, that's what was spent. That's what was spent.
Total spent. So we've been cut.
No, that's how much was
Well, you
spent.
weren't cut.
I know, people, our budget this year is 11,000. If we actually spend 22,574, I think we need to concentrate on raising that number back up. Unless you just want to stick with a DJ and have a la 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 July 4th.
One comment on that, because this is misleading. You
Okay.
didn't have $22,000 in budget. That's what was spent. So at the end of the day, you guys were at a deficit.
I know, that's
Well,
what
we
we're
have
saying.
14,000.
We're very clear on that.
Okay,
That's
so
what we
I-
said it 3 times. 22,000 was spent and we're only budgeted 11,000, so that's why.
Yeah,
we're
but she
looking-
said cut, so that's what I need you guys to clear. It wasn't a budget cut. It's just 11,000 what you were given. It wasn't a
Exactly.
cut. You didn't at once
I
have
am
20.
saying we need to increase our budget request to July 4th. If they cut it again, and they cut
But
it
there's no
again.
cutting again. There was not cut. That's misleading.
Okay, so can we
Just
do,
don't use the word cut.
yeah, can we go item by item, because she makes a good point, Esther, saying, go back to what we
What we
actually,
spend and what we're budgeting.
what we actually use, right?
Exactly.
So I think we should probably request the amount that we actually use for our next year's budget, whether
Yeah.
it gets approved or not, but at least it's closer to what we actually use.
Thank you.
I would like to do that too. That's a great idea.
So if you look at the lines, FY 2021-2022 actuals, and you go down this list, there's some items here too that will probably have events that we weren't able to do because of the funding.
So for example.
Art Basel doesn't have anything,
Right, like, and so.
Art in the Parks doesn't have anything,
Got it.
and we should probably ask money for that. Carol Christmas caroling, that one doesn't have anything.
Can I go down the list one by one?
Yes.
I think we should do
please,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so the first would be the Art Basel. I propose we keep $500.
Okay.
The Black History Month concert, I propose we ask for $3,245.
Well, hold on, wait, you skipped one. We were Art in the Parks and then Art Basel.
Art in the park,
Art in
we
the
have,
park.
we've
Yes.
gotten zero.
Yeah, right.
Anything.
Ah, gotcha. So Art Basel, 500 for next year.
Okay, 500. The
Black History.
Oh,
Black
okay,
History,
okay.
$3,245. The holiday book reading, $750.
This bar budget.
Moving it up.
Christmas Carol, $0.
Because that's combined with the book reading.
Oh,
Yeah.
The musical concert in the park for residents of Miami Lakes.
Nothing,
Which one?
The concert on the fairway.
Oh, concert on the fair.
8,930.
Yes, I think we need to start living with that number if we want to have. If
Yeah.
we have to, if we're gonna ask, we have to take away from something,
Yeah.
$8,930.
Okay.
The annual Summer Fest, $5,113. Country Western $0.
Wait,
I'm
the
confused.
5,113 is next to the word concerts.
It's the, okay, that is the annual Summer Fest.
If you go down where it says
Summer
budget,
Fest, I don't see the
comment?
word Summerfest
In
anywhere.
the description,
Oh, you're looking at the description.
Annual summer set.
5,113. The car show $0.
You mean
The
Symphony
country
of
western
America?
$0. The Earth Day, how much have we spent on Earth Day this
we
year?
haven't spent anything.
No, nothing zero, but you know what? Felicia did it all. She printed everything on her.
For what time?
Zero.
Everything.
We spent $0.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's
Zero.
what it is,
Didn't-
$100.
Didn't we have a proposed, but we went through this at the end of the last budget meeting?
For this.
And we went by line item and we went up and postponed it. No, I'm pretty sure. And what happened when we presented it to council, they said, we're not adjusting anything. It's the same amount.
Well,
of
yeah,
the year
because
before.
this is your chance. Every year, the committees get a chance to propose the budget that they want for the next fiscal year. So this is
Well,
your
that's
chance to
what
do
we're
it. You
doing.
had a chance to do it last year. But ultimately, council will decide, yes, we're gonna up it, no, we're not, or yes, but to this amount instead.
But we don't have what we proposed last year, is what I'm saying.
I can pull it up for you.
Okay, so, but.
For
more or
Earth Day,
less,
you
I
wanna
already
put
know.
some-
Don't they put at least
$100? Okay, Earth Day, $100. The film classic 0. The 4th of July, $22,574. Fishing at Miami Lakes, 1,000. Celebration of Hispanic, $3,009. The Emancipation Proclamation, 897. Miscellaneous, to my members, fellow members, are we gonna order women's shirts this year? I'm talking to someone. Are we gonna order women's shirts this year? So I can put some money, that's what the miscellaneous would be for,
Leave it at 300, just in case.
okay, 300. Martin Luther King, 0, PC painting, 0, Pride Month.
What's PC
What's
painting?
PC?
Political correct?
Painting competition.
It's something you guys haven't done in the last 5 years.
Oh, we talked about it.
Hey, can we drop these things off our?
Yeah, if they're 0, they should just be.
I
off it.
know, they shouldn't be
They
here.
should
We
be
haven't done them
taken
in
off of
years.
this flex report.
Paint the picture. For mom.
We're on, excuse me, Elsa, we're not skipping Pride Month.
No, I'm not skipping.
Yeah, you went to paint the picture, we just said
Ah.
Pride Month.
Hold on, but is PC being a picture or no?
No, this underneath spring.
Gotcha. Pride Month, we need to allocate funds. Because it's an event we're planning on having.
Yes.
So we should put at least 100 like we did for Earth Day.
I propose 500. Paint a picture with mom. How much are we so far into it? I think we had a budget for this year already.
Yeah, we already have things there, paint and whatever, so I didn't have to order.
Yeah,
that-
but whatever
that.
was put on a credit card initially.
Leave the 1,000 in case we
Okay,
run out of the
$1,000?
canvases.
Yeah, because we might run out. Well, the Scott, we're not doing that Scottish thing.
We had 750 this year.
Yeah.
Right, so we're gonna do 1,000 because we are using the supplies that we have in stock now. Next year, we're not gonna have those supplies.
Okay, so paint a picture of that one.
Yes, the Scottish 0, the love story, we have to bring that up to, hold on a second, I have it right here.
200,
250 or 300?
250, just.
You just-
Yeah.
What's your love story?
It was 225.
225.
So we're gonna. 250,
Yeah. Next year maybe more.
300,
300.
okay.
Well, in reality, if you go out to the community and get them to give you the
Yeah.
restaurants. to
And if
give
they
you the
give it
gift
to us,
cards.
it becomes a sponsor.
Yeah.
If they give it to us, we can move it around.
That's it, that's the way to do it.
Women History Month, I'd like to bring that back up. It says,
4,478.
4,004, or we're gonna leave it at
4,500.
4,500. Well, it was 4478, so we'll bring it to 45. And the grants, we don't know what that is yet unless anybody participates in writing.
And can we just clarify which ones we're completely deleting? so
Yes, we're
they
gonna
will not show
delete.
Up anymore.
Okay, this is what the problem is, Susan. So Suzanne, what happens is that this is a financial system and these things are in the system. So they actually have to go in there and go into the fund system, the accounting system to delete it. That's maybe what it's showing. But if they can delete it, we'd like to delete the Special Events Culture Fair Committee.
Hold on a second, can we do first the budget? So Esther makes a motion to propose what she read out loud. Anybody want a second?
A second.
Any seconds? Any
Yeah, but I
discussion?
don't know.
Anybody told them that?
No,
Yeah,
I lost it, you know.
You need a second. If you read it.
Okay.
It's 500.
500, 3245, 750.
3245.
Right, 750,
Okay.
0,
Mhm.
8930,
8930
5113,
51.
113. 0, 0, 100. Oh, I see, you just
That's
passed
100. Okay.
Right. 22,574,
22,574.
4,009,
4,009.
got it. $897,
$897.
$1,800,
What is it for?
$1,800, 1800, and $4,800. Okay, so guess what? We just asked for 52,718, which is less than we had in actuals in 21-22.
Okay, so
718.
718, which is less than the actuals that we had in fiscal year 21-22. Look at your column for 21-22.
Okay, and that's been seconded by Z. Any discussion? Marina?
4th of July, what was that number? The new number?
22,574. Which is the actual of 21.
Fishing is the 1,000 now?
Fishing is 1,000.
That's 1,000. Hispanic Heritage?
3,000
3,009.
and 9.
Oh, and 9, okay. Juneteenth, 897. Miscellaneous, 300.
0, 0, 500.
Card, 500.
1,000, 0, 300, 4,500, 0.
Wait. 5,000, yeah, I'm at Women History Month.
4,500,
4,500.
0, and then 52718 is the total.
And you guys need to put justifications next to it. If not, it's not valid. What do you mean?
Well,
You'll see that your last column,
it says justifications,
Yeah.
we're using the 21-22 actual budgeted expenses.
Oh, because the justifications we're using close to what was actually used.
Yeah, and
it's
21,
fine, but it
22.
needs to be listed per line item.
Right,
Okay, Esther, you
it's gonna be the same thing all the way across. FY
any more discussion?
202122.
And Madeline, just to get back to you, I opened up what you guys submitted as a request for this fiscal year. And you guys requested $46,700, and that was denied.
Well, the town wants to have
Can you
events,
send me that, just in case, for later?
Any more
they don't want to
discussion?
be supportive. While they want to have events, they don't want to be supportive of the fund.
Okay, now
Any
can
more
you just go
discussion?
through?
Right, let's vote on approving the 52,718 for the 2024 fiscal year. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes unanimously.
And for justification, I put FY 21-22 actuals for each one.
So just for clarification, we are getting rid of social events, art in the park.
Oh, we're gonna make that one.
You guys don't have to make that motion. I mean,
No,
you
it's
could
just
if you want,
stays
but
there.
that's gonna stay there because that's our
Because
financial.
it says,
system.
oh, okay, so that doesn't change.
Yeah, but we,
No.
I
But
want to
it's
go
inactive
through
for
and
us.
see which ones are. out.
Right, they might
So
be
let's go
able to
through
get
them.
rid of the ones that are 0 from
I know,
18,
but I
19.
want to see which ones we are absolutely not doing anymore, to be clear.
Okay, so-
Starting at the top,
Okay,
we don't have art in the park, correct?
yes,
Okay, that's out.
X. I'm gonna put an X to see if they can get it off the system.
Thank you.
'Cause
And
they don't have
then
nothing in
Carol, Christmas caroling, X, right?
there. Yes,
And what else? Car
the
show?
car show,
No, car show we don't do. X.
the Western,
Country Western,
X.
X. That would be nice.
the classic film in the park,
X.
the PC painting competition,
Wait,
So
what
what
if
about
they're
Martin
king?
Luther King event?
Martin King should be X.
no, the reason you can't exit because in 1819, there was 1,055, so the system will not let you delete the line.
Our X's are just for our information that
okay,
we're
got it.
no longer doing the event.
Yes, we know they're not gonna come off the,
They may not come on.
So Martin Luther King went out.
PC painting competition?
No,
No.
no Scottish.
No Scottish. So we're down 2.
Yes.
1, 2.
All right, anybody second the motion?
Second.
Discussion? Okay, the motion is to cut off, Carol, Christmas caroling, art in the park, partial country western, classic film in the park, PC painting competition, Martin Luther King, Scottish American heritage. And it was seconded by Madeline.
What about Juneteenth? That's back in?
Juneteenth was
Yeah,
only
no.
just because-
We
Oh,
just
that's
deferred
happening
that-
this year too?
No, we
No,
just
this year we're
deferred
not
that next year.
Next year,
It may happen.
yes.
Any more discussion? We'll vote on favor of deleting the event.
Aye.
How many?
Any nays?
I have 8 X's. 8 X's.
9.
I have a,
Did you accept first?
Okay, I'm gonna read them out again. It's, art in the parks.
Okay, wait, what about
No,
special
special
events?
event,
Something
cultural affairs was an X.
That was an X.
Oh,
And
that's
then
an
the
event?
cultural affairs
is that?
committee was an X.
It's the very first thing on.
The first,
it's
yeah,
just doing stuff, but
Okay, so that's not,
it's not included on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, so the first two items, so special.
Yeah, all three, first three.
The first 3. 1, 2, 3.
So then we got 10.
7, 8. Then we have 10 X's.
Well, I don't know where the X is, why I'm asking.
Yeah, we have 10 X.
Okay. So I'm
All right,
missing
special.
eight.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, it's all in favor.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
Then it has 14 events for the year.
Okay, so are we moving on to our next item?
Yes.
Meeting times and discussion invitation.
I think I wanted to bring up the fact that, on occasion, we've just been extremely abundant in our agendas and they seem to go on endlessly. And I feel that as respect for everybody's time and their efforts, that we should limit our meetings to no more than possibly 90 minutes. And if there is an item on the agenda that we don't get to, that we can possibly make that the first few items on the next agenda automatically. I just wanted to discuss that and see.
So you want to make a motion to limit our meeting to 90 minutes?
I motion to limit our minutes to limit our meetings to 90 minutes. And if there is an item on our agenda that we cannot get to within that limited time, that item becomes first on the agenda for the next.
I get
meeting.
tabled for the next.
Well, the practice is that any item
Second.
deferred becomes old
that
business
is that.
on the next.
Yeah, that's the way it's
Right,
always been.
that's the way, that's protocol. So if that's not happening, shame on us.
Okay, limit meetings to 90 minutes, any items not discussed, move to the.
Old
Table.
business.
Well, you know what, limit minutes to 90 minutes, but by the time people get here and everything, we gotta
Well, if-
realize. that
We
if
normally
it's at
start
7
on
o'clock,
time, 5
and
minutes.
people
I'm
don't
not
get
late,
here
so
until
you know what, if
Me neither, but-
we call the order at 7 o'clock, and it is what it is.
Anybody want a second? please?
a second.
Second. Discussion. No more discussion, we're gonna vote on in favor,
Aye.
any nays,
No,
hearing none,
Nay.
Oh, you said nay, okay, so 1 nay, motion passes. By majority. Next item. Next item,
Paint the picture.
CAC subcommittee reports, paint a picture.
paint a picture for mom, we're pretty well set, right, as far as the tables, the chairs,
The table
One-
and chair layout was
one-
given to Juan, and he's the one that will be delivering it and helping you guys set it up.
perfect, he's gonna be setting it up, I would like to know who will be attending and helping. in
What
that
time,
event.
what time it is?
9.
Nine o'clock.
No. Okay, it starts at 10 or 11, it starts at 10.
10.
Okay, but 9, by the time we get there, make sure everything is set, we have to put the tablecloth and the easels and everything, get the paint and everything ready. Okay,
And if I remember correctly, you're not going to be available that day?
no,
No, I will not be at that.
So you'll be sending me the list or the
Yeah,
timing?
I can send it to you. As of yesterday, you still had a few spots open.
Okay.
I can check for you to see. Once it's sold out, or by tomorrow, I will give it to you because I don't work.
100, right? 100, that's what we put,
120 of that.
the RSVP,
We have it at 110.
110?
Yeah,
Fine.
and you guys right now have 106.
Okay,
Fine.
okay.
We're fine, we're fine.
Okay.
We're gonna do walk-ins like always, cause
Yeah.
it is or it
Yeah,
is.
that's always gonna be, and then it's gonna be until, 12:30, hopefully, when we
Okay.
start picking up. And we have some
We just wanna get
students
all of
coming.
it together.
Who are the ones that you mentioned from your group?
We had a few that signed up
Like
online.
4, you said 4 of them?
Let me check this, maybe more signed up.
And you
Well,
were
it's
gonna
okay,
give
as
them
long
my
as-
phone
eight.
number,
As long
right?
as we have
Yes,
students, we're okay.
We have
We're
eight.
students.
what?
I
Eight.
have 8 apart from whichever one you
Yes,
come. from.
yes, yes. I
So
have
we have
5, and then. it's the-
Eight, that's 13.
Perfect.
Oh.
But
8 and 5 is
you
13.
have 8, I thought it was 4, that.
8.
Well, now we are looking at, it says 6 online and there's 2 that email me.
Oh, okay. All right. And
Yeah,
you-
it's
8 plus 5.
Plus 5.
8 plus 5.
Yeah.
13.
Perfect. You know why? Before end of school, everybody wants their hours.
Yeah. And you mentioned we have to keep track of the volunteers. Right.
Yeah, somebody has to do a sign in. I'm gonna send it to you guys. Well, I'll
Please.
print it along with the list.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, so they can sign in when they get there, when they leave.
And when
Thank
you
you.
guys get that back to me, I can send them their hours.
Their hours, the letter from the town. Okay. All right, so it looks like everything else is good. I haven't been able to get Norma, the photographer, to respond to me. But if not, we'll make sure that we take pictures. That's what we'll do. Look, will you be able to go? You coming?
Next item.
Item to be in good shape. Yeah.
All right, so the next item is our fishing tournament.
Great budget, I saw it.
Yes, I'm surprised.
70 people, very good.
Thanks, yes, well, we did get, it's attached to the agenda.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It's attached to the agenda, what, we're recommending
This is
for
actually
the,
has it here, good job.
I understand, but I couldn't hear over them talking, so I just said, I can't hear you, so you can be louder.
the only thing that wasn't attached is because we got it after the fact and One Stop Marine forwarded, quotes. And these are the quotes from what we had last time. It's 1,188.60
Oh, thank you.
for the bait bucket. I don't have a copy for it. For the bait buckets, 300, yeah, 349.30 for 70. The live shiners are 699.30. And the old tabs are 140. That's to keep the bait alive.
So what is the total that you
The
came up with?
total from One Stop is 1,188.60. And that's for the bait. And then
Do we have the total for the entire?
it's more.
Yeah, I'm looking for the total that you came up with.
We don't have it yet because we need to vote on the items, so. we can go-
Well, you have to go with the base job.
No, I think we should go with the other stuff first because the bait, if we're over, maybe we can ask for less, because this is based on a 70. 70, items.
Participant.
70 bait buckets. We can have more participants, but the bait is 12 little fishes.
Right.
And
And I'll
I
remind you
think
guys,
last time we might have gone over, because I think we had extra buckets with fish.
Yeah, we had a few ones, not that many.
Yeah, but the problem is we have $500 on the budget. for
Yeah.
one entire
That's
thing.
why I'm asking what the budget is, because you don't have the money for, just of that alone is 1,188.
For the event,
What are
correct.
chips? I'm sorry, what are chips?
The chips were the snacks.
The fishies. the
Oh,
fishies.
chips.
The fishies that Felicia always gets. some.
Oh.
Oh, no,
chips.
I'm talking about the first, yeah, the potato
Yeah.
chip snack.
Ah, okay.
So the snacks, the 2 packs, 40 chips were $39.98. And then if we look at the metal, we have 2 proposals. The first one was the same price, it's just a different design. So the metals will be 10 metals, and then with tax and everything, it's $48.15.
Okay, so I think let's be honest, we only have $500 for this event.
Right.
Okay, $500 is the budget for this event. So even if you cut your bait in half, that's $600. So in other words, we don't even have money for bait. You're gonna cut your bait at 50%, you're not even gonna be able to have, I'm just saying,
No,
you don't
no,
even
you're
have money for your bait. So let's be realistic here, you know?
It was 900 and something the bait by itself. Everything else was more or less.
I'm just curious, is this event just, it doesn't seem like arts and culture, it seems more like a sporting type of event. Maybe
And let's be honest,
This event,
Because we do it because of the dads,
Right.
falls in June, you know. for
the same way we do the moms that
Yeah.
falls in May.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm wondering
are
if
they
something
really
else
culture?
we could do, or,
Well, painting is culture,
I'm taking a picture with that.
you know.
We have to have it.
something.
the event does not, you don't have to have the event. It's a decision taken by the committee. If you guys have that event or not.
How much is the budget for, I mean, how much did it cost for the?
We have
competition?
spent, in that 21-22, we spent 1,265, because if you get bait. You just said $1,188 for bait. If you want to cut that bait in half, we don't even have money to get bait.
So why don't we just do half of that for whatever we can afford and tell the rest of the people that a certain number of people will get this much stuff. If they come early, everyone else will have to bring their own.
Yeah,
If
but the
you're here
problem
by,
is, we have to get medals. They want to get chips. We
But
just
the
don't have
medals and the
money
chips are
for
not
it.
a lot. It's
No,
like,
they're not allowed.
it's like less than $50.
Okay, so how much are the medals?
They're 49, 48, 15.
Okay,
$50.
And then the chips are another 40 bucks. So right there's like 100.
okay, so let's go half of the bait. Is how many buckets?
For the bait, it's you have some
That's 35.
35 bucks.
That's a lot. I think.
well, the first 30, I mean, you can, how many people can you have per bucket? 2?
It's like 12 fishes.
I think
People
they'll
share.
12 minutes, 12 minutes.
And so if you have 2 people per bucket, is that feasible? Can they do that?
Well, yeah, you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have
So that
to.
could be 70 people, a kid and their dad.
What we're trying to say is they have to share.
Oh, absolutely. I don't see why not. Do it that way. You know, the first
They're gonna be
25,
in shock. if that's
you get
the size
everything
of-
free, the rest, you know, if you come by this time, but if you come after that time.
Is there,
bring
is there a
something
way
else.
that these people, if we get X amount, that we'll give free? And other people come and they want to do it, would they be able to pay for the
Oh,
bait?
like buy half of it and then have bait for.
Exactly.
Do we know
To
how
be
many
purchased.
attended last year?
Like 70. But the bait, I know we had a few left over.
Yeah.
So people there, we had at least 70.
And then a lot of people fish out of fish.
And a lot of people that had their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, because remember, we used to have that little fishing hut and we used to have those rubber things.
that's what I'm saying, artificial bait.
Like,
Yeah, but.
so for example, can we bring that over? I know you're not there. But
Yeah,
we used to
but-
have that little fishing hut with all that little extra.
With the fake bait.
We used to have all that stuff.
You guys don't have to
Invite
do
them.
events the same as you
Invite
always done
them.
them. You can use
Yeah.
different vendors and you can use different things, but it's a decision for you guys to
Is there
make.
another vendor who
Those
proposed a bait?
Ideally, you bring those quotes. to me.
They were pretty much cost the same. Like
Yeah.
the bait, it's the same like other things.
So, make the motion, we still have to come up with funds.
Well, then, you know what, let's do half and then ask these people to see if they.
They
can-
get if people want to buy.
Exactly, in case people want to.
That's a good idea.
I motion to cut the amount of supplies for Father's Day event to half.
So it'll be 35 debate.
We'll have to come up with funding.
The bait, the buckets and the.
Yeah, the supplies.
Yeah.
It's all together, because it's like
So
the
just
bucket,
about
like fish,
1,000
bucket,
everything in there, maybe 32.
so order half.
11, 18.
But it's easier to come up with the rest.
It comes to $594 when you split it in half and then throw in another $100 for the metals and food, because you said it's $49 and $40.
That's 694, that's
And
700.
$694. That's 700. We're still over 200.
We 200 over.
How about?
However, it'll be over 200, however, we're gonna have some left over from painting from the picture. Cause we got that vendor that drastically dropped from
Exactly,
700 and something to 300.
right, so you're gonna have money left over from that. Because we're not giving people anything, just the water that
So
was
you
left
wanna,
over.
take the $200 from that event now?
No,
You want, so I'm asking.
I don't think we can.
I
You
don't,
can, but you may have to move it back if it's at a deficit.
the only reason we're saying that is because
Better to be
how can you
cautious.
approve something that you don't have the funding for?
Z, would
You can't do
you,
that.
would you, agree to a motion that said cut it in half and do away with the metals and food altogether? Just, it's an event of fishing. Why does it have to be in the-
Hi, it's fun, the kids.
That's the fun part.
Okay, the metals are fun. Then cut it by one, then it has to be more than a half. It has to be, cut it down by 2.
Or you gotta
When
tell
we
people
cut
to
the
bring their
30.
own snacks, you know, BYOS or
What
something.
if we cut it to 30? Are they so much per bucket or that's just down?
Let's do 30.
Order 30 instead of 30.
30, everything by 30. So 140 times 30.
The medals is still $50.
Yeah, because the metal is a package.
Okay, so that doesn't change.
No,
The
the medals
$100 for the food
Right.
and the
Or just get rid of the food?
It should be
Okay,
free.
so $50 for medals, and then what is it if we only do 30? Buckets and 30 shiners and 30 taps. They don't say what the unit price is, so it's hard
No,
to.
we could do it.
And nobody says that we have to do
Okay,
nobody says we have to do the fishing tournament, people.
That was a good
Aisle.
point that Elizabeth made.
Aisle, according to our minutes from the last time, we allocated $350 for the paint, all the supplies that we need for the painting of the picture. Our budget is 700. We have 300, technically, we have 350 right now.
200, we can take
We can move
200 from there.
200. You said 694, we can move 200 from that, leaving us still a cushion of $150
What do you wanna make that
from
motion?
paint a picture.
You wanna make
I
that
don't think
motion?
you should do the picture yet. And
Oh, but we already know that we have savings because we got the price for it already.
know for sure.
Yeah, we
So
have
in that
price.
amount, does
Right,
it include
so it's
the one? Does it
Yeah, no,
include,
there's no cost for that.
there's no cost for one bringing
No, no.
the tape and all that? I wanted to make sure that maybe.
Yeah, so we already know it's 350.
Well, we allocated 350, it's actually 293, but we put a little cushion of 350 just in case. So we still will have 150 plus whatever's left over from it.
We still have
Miscellaneous.
extra cushion.
Yes.
They
In my
They
opinion,
don't charge us for the water and the ice, right? Like that water thing that we had last time from the town? It
No,
was, it was the
we
orange.
just did it
thing.
with the bucket. We got,
Like
so
a
they
cooler
got,
with ice?
No, they
I
took
just
water.
walk over there too, they got a faucet and water hose.
No, to drink water.
Oh, drink water?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't
I
have
don't
water
think
bottle to drink.
We didn't put water bottles.
We
Yeah.
didn't ask
No.
you?
Put water bottles in.
Yeah.
We put small water bottles in there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you did.
We don't have water bottles either because we use them.
it was hot.
Then you would have to buy them.
Yeah, the water
But if
bottle.
we buy water bottles, that means you need a cooler, you need ice.
Yeah, but that comes with the town.
We can give you guys a cooler.
That's what I was asking
And
because
the
I
ice?
think, didn't we have like an orange?
give you cooler and ice.
They gave us the cooler and
So
the.
now she wants to add water.
No,
Right.
You see, Madeline, why I was going like this to you?
of course you have to add water
Water
because
we
it
do
was
need
super
even
hot.
more than the snack, so we can
I
get rid of
think
the
so.
snacks if
Okay,
you
get rid
want.
of the snacks.
I said, yeah, getting rid of the snacks, because if people are gonna be out in the sun enjoying things, and they're with kids.
Well, we
then
got $200,
they're
the $200 will give us 700.
not giving
So we
you-
could cover everything, we could cover everything. It was 695. If we get 200 from there, that'll give us
No,
700.
we only have 500 budget, the 200 is to cover
I
the,
know, that's what I'm saying, we can get to 200 from painting picture from us.
So that'll cover.
Add that to
The
the,
water,
add that to
the
that.
snacks.
I
Get
would,
rid of
yeah,
the
the little
snacks and
fishy.
just
have water.
why? Give them the little fishy. They
It's
like
not
the
only for
fishy.
you.
You could go to Costco and buy a
Yeah.
whole box of fishies, those things.
Yeah, we can have all that. We, just keep it, we got to, just take $200 from paint a picture from mom and we got.
We could also get fishies from Costco, I don't know.
That's it.
Fishies.
Right, so make a motion and let's.
Let's not be that specific on what we're getting from.
Okay, yeah.
Just pick on the,
Make a motion.
make a motion on the amount of dollars as opposed to exactly down to.
Right, so if we cut the bait in half, that already.
35.
35, well, 30 will put us at 480 if they keep the same price, right? So it'll be like $5 for the buckets, $10 for the shiners, and $1 for the old one.
So $500 will cover the bait.
Okay, so
There you
make a
go.
motion
So
that
we
we do
need how
not
much extra?
exceed $700 for Father's Day fishing.
And the $200.
I second that motion.
A second. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Okay, no, no, so.
The motion is that we do not exceed $500 for the Father's Day.
700.
700. Not exceed $700.
Or you guys can be okay. And then I make a
later.
motion to move
Sorry,
$200 from.
Wait,
we gotta
haven't
finish
finished
this
the other
first.
one.
Okay, hold on.
What was the budget for the fishing?
500.
500.
Any second, any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously.
I make a motion to take $500 from mom's paint the picture, $200 from mom's paint the picture and put it in.
Yeah, no, 500.
200 from mom.
200.
So 200 from mom's going to fishing.
I want to second it. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes unanimously.
Next item is Independence Day concert. Felicia, she's not there.
So we.
The next concert is SOA. Felicia's not there. We already did the, budget workshop. And the next event is the calendar event promotion request. And
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Don't we have to make a motion to move 3
we're
and
gonna
4?
defer in 3 and 4 if she appears. If she doesn't appear, we have to defer it to the next meeting.
So you
Well,
guys need
no.
to go back and open deferrals, additions, deletions, because that's when you change the agenda.
Okay,
I make a motion to open deferrals, deletions, and additions, deletions. And I make a motion to defer item 3 and 4, Independence Day concert, SOA Summerfest concert.
I second that.
okay, wait, do we have,
I have something.
isn't that two
Doing it
motions?
together.
There's two events.
Okay.
Two events.
Second it, any discussion?
No,
All in
So
favor?
aye.
so are we having the subcommittee, right, of the 4th of July?
Yeah, that's
We're
another
not-
motion.
That's something else.
That was something else.
We already made that motion.
I thought you made it.
No, that was what you had to be.
Oh,
We're talking about something else. So 3 and 4. So the next item is new business. We already covered budget workshop. The next item is calendar events promotion request.
What's that?
Who's that?
That's the card? No?
Calendar of event promotion request, who's that? Oh, no, that's not what you
No, she put a calendar event. for-
Who is the she?
That Felicia?
Okay,
Okay, then she's not
I
here,
make a
so.
motion to defer,
Defer.
calendar events promotion request to old business at the next meeting.
I second that. And on discussion? Okay, we're gonna vote on favor,
Aye.
Aye.
nays, hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Next item is Pride of.
Oh, Symphony of America, okay, Summerfest.
Pride, for Pride, I would like to just make a motion that we compose a memo to the council members as well as the mayor and ask them to give us feedback of what they would feel comfortable with for a Pride event, given the fact that for 3 years, we presented different things to them and they still do not support it. But since the event has been approved since 2021, but we still haven't come up with a program that they're, in their own words, comfortable with, then we ask them to provide us with some feedback of what they might think would be appropriate, that they'd be comfortable with, if they'd like, and then we can work from that spot.
Would you like to author that letter?
What's the motion to them?
To write a memo to the council as well as the mayor, asking them for their feedback on the type of a Pride event they would feel comfortable with and would approve.
And please use the word comfortable, because that's the word they use at the meeting.
That's why I'm.
What was the reason they gave us for not, I'm sorry.
They're not comfortable.
With what we proposed?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so Suzanne motions to write a memo to council and the mayor asking for their feedback as to what they would approve the Pride.
For the 2024 Pride event.
23.
I volunteer to.
Are you seconding? You're gonna second the motion?
I do second that motion and I volunteer to co-write that memo.
Okay, discussion? You're gonna volunteer. Discussion on the memo?
Well, all in favor?
I think
Oh.
they basically made their point at the.
And to be specific, clarify, I was gonna say clarify specific of what
They want.
they want or what we're proposing.
Beside the extra R-rated movie that was shown last year by Mayor Sid.
Any more discussion? Okay, let's vote on favor,
Aye.
any nays,
Me.
one nay, motion passes, by majority.
When do you want to have that thing? When do you want to have that done?
We have a lot of events.
That doesn't need, that's
lot
for
of it
June of
is
next
covered.
year. So, yeah.
I like. to
And
make
the
a-
other thing on attendance was I want again to request that that Carla Acosta resign from the committee until such a time where she's able to participate. Because at this time, she's not able, she's not here again tonight to attend meetings and or activities. And we need volunteers who are actually going to come to our meetings and be at our activities.
And I believe that Ernie is very ill too. that Ernie's considering.
So I have to make a
Yeah.
motion then to remove Ernie and Carla.
No, we're asking for Carla.
I'm
because
asking for
Carla
Carla,
has
this has been
consistently-
going on for almost a full calendar
But
year.
Carla was approached and if she wanted to stay and she said, yeah.
I just want to
Okay,
bring it
yeah.
up again
Yeah.
that she's not here, even though she
But-
says that,
And
and
the way the rules are.
I want to request
done.
again that it's part of the record.
Okay, so
If
is
it-
it a motion or just like, what do we do?
She's
The
a
motion
council.
remains the same as last time, and this was brought up to council, the appointing council member, and the appointing council member did not remove the person.
Right,
But
but
we
we
can
Bring it up again.
We can bring it up again and continue
Yeah.
to bring it up until we
Yes,
either
you
see the
can.
person here
So I
or.
would suggest that you guys as individuals reach out to the appointing council member, because on staff end, we've already requested it and nothing has been done. I
Right, that's what I
can't go
thought.
back and keep. I mean, I can send an email, but it's nothing's gonna
Okay, so
happen.
the motion's already made, so I guess.
I guess she'd like to see it officially sent, is what we'd like to see
It
it
was
official.
sent.
It was
officially.
official.
It was
It was
sent.
We'd like to
officially
send
sent.
It was
officially
already-
again.
Send it officially again
Because she didn't appear.
and
at the meeting.
continue until
Recently.
she either comes to our meetings or our events, because she said next month, and this is the month that she said she
So
would
my
be back.
suggestion to help you guys, again, I can send an
In
email.
addition to that, sure, but this is
Okay,
the motion.
So I'm
Is
just
it
giving you
seconded?
guys my staff suggestion to help you with this problem, is you guys can reach out to your appointing council. To the appointing council. member.
Right, so do we need a motion because we're already requested it, so,
No, it's okay, I'll send the email right now.
all right, so we're sending. Let's just do a request.
And Ernie reached out to me that she's not well.
So do we want to make a motion?
Keep her
to-
afraid.
Hermie
No.
will reach out to the
She will
committee,
reach out to the
aisle,
committee.
to aisle.
Right.
I've worked with Ermie for a while.
Right,
Ermie will reach out to aisle
yes,
if she
definitely.
feels that she just can't.
I
Yeah.
personally spoke to her tonight, because I was checking up on her, like
Right.
I usually do. She is, I don't think she's not a concern right now, because since she's been on the committee, she's been attending our
Right.
events, she's been attending our meetings. And
Oranges and
unfortunately,
apples.
she did have a fall, there's other things involved, and she just physically can't be
And she
here.
doesn't want to leave the committee.
And yeah, she does it, but at the same time, she said, if and when you guys really need me to, I understand. But she's still in the process of maybe surgery. She's gonna get
Right,
better.
right.
She's gonna get better.
But she's
Right,
an
she's an
active
active
member.
member, so
Yeah.
I don't think that one, it hasn't come to that decision yet, not with her, anyway, in my opinion.
She's good people.
Oh,
Yes,
she's great.
she showed up, she
They say
tried.
she's not.
And her was on.
Even-
Yeah, she's a wonderful.
Even the
person.
day that I need a quorum and she
Yes,
She
I
showed up
know.
at their doctor's appointment, so right now,
Yeah.
I still see her as an active member.
Thank you.
She's
Yeah.
just having a tough time like all of us had.
Completely agree.
Any announcements?
No, I
Go ahead,
had.
officer.
Quick, I'm gonna make it super fast. Special needs, just wanted to remind everyone that, we have the special needs registry, they're changing, the name to the special needs program. So just a reminder, anybody that anyone knows that, can benefit from that,
And
yeah.
special needs also include, I'm sorry, I'm on the committee too, so they told me I could talk both ways. There also, special needs doesn't necessarily have to be autistic or just, it could be, it also includes elderly, anybody that needs, that have special needs. A lot of people get confused thinking it's, only with autism or, deaf and deaf, deaf and hard of hearing or any of that, no, it includes elderly.
Yeah, if we've had elderly, persons that have wandered and they're not on the committee, they're not on the registry, and we would like to have, yes, like that man.
Yeah, it does include elderly and any.
Now it's all squeeze this, no, we have.
And then it gets-
I have a question, we didn't talk about it, do you guys have a preference as to which medal we're gonna order? Like, that's
No,
what-
you do, you're the chair. I make a motion to adjourn.
Wait, hold on, when is our next meeting?
Well,
Second,
We can't. finish
wait a
it.
minute, she didn't say.
We'll get, wait, hold on a second. Wednesday, June 14th is the next meeting,
Your next regular.
next regular meeting.
And you'll work on a
Who's
subcommittee.
chairing the 4th of July, so I can work with,
Felicia.
Kate.
Felicia.
Okay, so Esther's moved to adjourn, Suzanne seconded, discussion on favor. Any nays, hearing none. we
90
adjourn
minutes, see?
At 8:29.
Go
Heat,
go Heat.
Beat New York.
No, give me New York.
The last game of the series. Thank you, officer.
Mine.
No, I got